Book right now for free while supplies last. Learn what you need to know to help you live the stress-free retirement you deserve. Get your free copy now at morelifethanmoneybook.com. Again, that's morelifethanmoneybook.com. Promo code KNX. Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like payroll manager.
Hi, my last paycheck was all in Icelandic krona.
You are welcome.
Welcome?
Given the exchange rate between the dollar and the krona, you're technically a millionaire now. Don't spend it all in one place.
I can't really spend it anywhere.
There's always Iceland. This is a job for sponsoring jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today. I'm Ed Evans, CEO.
おはようございます。おはようございます。ドライバーのボビちゃんです。毎日配信、多分朝のご挨拶、ライブの目で、ナンバー1522第1532回目。今日は2月の9日、月曜日の朝のご挨拶です。おはようございます。ボビちゃんです。時刻の方は午後3時44分ですね。午後3時44分でございます。LA から1時間半ぐらい東へ行ったリバーサイドっていうところに、お客さんを送っていって、その帰り道に今ね、ここの正面コツラーメン、ラーメンと餃子って書いてあるんですけどね、コツラーメン、ここでちょっとお昼ご飯食べました。なんか鶏の豚骨ラーメンじゃないですけど、豚骨と鶏白湯かな。豚骨と鶏と両方スープの種類が2種類あって、で鶏の方を食べたんですけど、まあです。
Into Encino. This is on the 101 west at Havenhurst, where there is a pickup truck that's partially blocking the right lane.
Now
back to the Sepulveda Pass, northbound side of the 405. This is at Mulholland Drive, and a two-vehicle crash, an SUV versus a large pickup truck.
でラーメンと餃子って書いてあるから、日頃あんまり餃子食べないんですけど、ラーメンと餃子って書いてあるぐらいだから、ちょっと餃子食べてみようかなと思って餃子食べてみたら、なんかもう普通のどっかで買ってきた冷凍餃子みたいな餃子だった。それも全然あったかくもなんともなくて、もう冷めて冷たかった。多分もう冷凍の餃子チンしただけみたいな。焼いても何もしてない。まあ日本人の人がオーナーっていうわけじゃなさそうだし、なんかメキシカンの女の人が作ってたみたいな感じでしたけど、麺もね、茹でて出てきた麺がひっついてるんですよね、麺同士がね。麺もひっついてるってぐらいだから、ざるの中でカシャカシャちゃんと広げてないっていうかね、まあいい加減っていうか、まあアメリカ人がっていうかね、そのラーメンを本当に知ってる人じゃない人がラーメン作ったらそんな感じってぐらいの、まあラーメンですよね。
What do you think happened in those 9 days? Man, I mean, the past week has been an absolute political roller coaster. There have been so many people who have been hungry for somebody significant to challenge.
家から1時間半ぐらい郊外東へ行った方ですけどね。まあそれが曲がり通るんだったらそれでもいいんじゃないですか。自分はわざわざ2回目は行かないですよ。1回はね、まあちょっと行ってみようかなと思って、どっか近所にラーメン屋さんないかなっていうような感じで入りましたけど、また次行くかったら行かないですね、多分ね。 何軒もね結構あるんですよ、この辺りのラーメン屋さんがね。まあポツポツと。だけど、本当にまあ美味しいか自分の好みのラーメンかっていうと、まあなかなかそういうのに当たらないですよね。まあ、いや1個ね醤油ラーメン置いてる店あったんですけどね、そっちにしときゃよかったなってぐらい。どういうラーメン好きなのって言われたら、まあ、あっさり系の醤油、あとはまあ具だくさんのね野菜ラーメンとか、まあちょっとちゃんぽんみたいなやつとかね、五目ラーメンとか。そういうのですけどね、豚骨の油ギトギトの豚骨ラーメンとかってな体が受け付けないし、結構豚骨ラーメンの店いっぱいあるんですけど行かないですよ。スパイシー味噌ラーメンっていうのはたまにどこ行ってもまあ食べますけどね、それもまあ豚骨なのかチキンなのかっていうあれですけど、大概はまあ大概豚骨ブームなんで、なんかどこ行ってもね結構あるのは豚骨ラーメンですけどね。だからその中でもチキンブロスのね鶏の出汁のラーメン置いてるお店もまあ中にはあるんですけどね。一軒塩ラーメン美味しそうだなっていうお店あったんですけど、とりあえず車道端に止めてどの辺にどんなラーメン屋さんがあるかなって調べてたら、ちょうどね車駐車スペースじゃなくて荷物の乗せ下ろしをする場所、だったんですよね、そこはね。だからまあ駐車地取り締まりしてる係の人が寄ってきて窓ガラスコンコンコンってしてここダメだよって言われて、あ、オッケーオッケーって今すぐ動くって言って、でまあ調べてる最中にもうじゃあ近所の今寄ったところのあそこでいいやって言ってね、でまあそこで食べてったんですけどね。まあファーストタイムラストタイムですね。ファーストタイムラストタイム。大概の店はですね、まあ一応ねその写真とかメニューとか見ていろいろ見比べてはここかなっていうところには行くんですけど、まあ大体ファーストタイムラストタイムですね、どこ行っても。もう一回行って次あれ食べようって思う店ほとんどないですね。これ美味しかった、まあ醤油ラーメン美味しかったから次はねラーメン食べてみようとか、スパイシー味噌ラーメン食べたけど醤油ラーメン食べてみたいなとかね。そういう店も中にはねたまにありますけどね、ほとんどないっすね。ほとんどなし。LA の中にはね何軒かあるんですよ。もうずっと何年も通ってるっていうかね、そっちの辺通った時にはちょうどお腹空いてる時間だったら寄って食べていこうっていうような店はね何軒かあるんですよね。
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks,
こっちの方の ちょっと例の東の郊外の方、なかなかないですね。
Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation. Call 800-93144. That's 800-93144.
まあ昨日はね、スーパーボールだったんで、スーパーボールが終わった後にスーパーボール話しましたけど、日本の方ではね、衆院選挙ありまして、自民党が単独で316議席取って、過半数を達成っていう、比例代表なんか候補者が立てた候補者以上に票が入って14議席ぐらい他の党に配ったっていうね、すごいですよね。だからね、選挙の前からまあ高市さんの人気でね、自民党に票がいっぱい入るっていうのはまあまあ予想がついたっていうか、まあこんなに入るのかっていうか、こんなに当選するのかっていうぐらい当選してしまうけどしましたけどね。一つ問題は批判が全くないっていうか、入れちゃいけないとか通っちゃいけない人まで通っちゃったっていうね、そういう状況にもなってますけどね。まあ特にでも地方出身のね、代議士さんなんていうのはもう地方じゃ大先生ですからね。まあ売国議員だとかね、中国にこびてるだとか、まあいろんな人、いますけど、田舎に帰ったらね大先生ですからね、それで通らないってことはないんですよね、やっぱりね。やっぱ世の中こうね、地方から少しでも予算取り付けて引っ張ってきてもらって、ね、こう地方の、ね、都市のそのまあ予算にね少しでもこうどんとお土産物じゃないですけどね、その予算取り付けてほしいっていうような、ね、まあ土建業界ほとんどでしょうけどね、まあ昔からの地方の政治っていうんですか、まあ地方出身の議員の人なんかね、やっぱり都会に出て、ね、国会参加してる時に喋ってることと田舎帰ったらまた全然違うっていうような感じで、本当接種って言いますけどね、まあもう先祖代々じゃないですけど何代にもわたってそのね地域のつながりっていうんですか、まあその先生じゃないとダメって、まあ、なるわけですよね、きっとね。土建業界もだし、医療関係ももちろんそうなんでしょうけどね。まあね、その新聞、テレビ、メディアもそうなんでしょうけど、まあその選挙をやると何百億円っていうお金が予算がつくっていうのは、まあそれを何百億円のその選挙にかかるお金は税金、税金を払ってるのは国民。だからね、高市さんの一声で解散って言って何百億ってなりますけど、まあそれもでもね、その何百億そこでドーンと動いて、まあお金がまかれるっていうんですか、だからそれで喜ぶ、人たちもいるってことなんでしょうけどね。 ただね、これがだから自民党が単独で物事全部決めれるようになったらどうなるかっていうとこっすよね。まあだから高市さんがやりたいことがどんどんできるようになるってのはいいことかもしれないですけど、ただ今までね、その外国人受け入れしてたとか、なんか120万人ぐらい新しく外国人の雇用を、するとかなると、全然そのなんで高市さんに投票したかっていう、そこがなんかその投票した人の思惑とね、また全然合わないとか、消費税の、減税っていうのはどうなるのかとか、日韓ゼロしたら、町の飲食店はどうなるのかとか下手したら食料品はしないけど 12% に増税とか言うかもしれないし、社会保障のね、そのなんていうんですか、負担削減とかっていうのはどうなるのかとか、選挙の前に言ってた財務省のね、そのなんとかかとかどうなるのか、まあ、財務省を変えたいっていう方向に向かうのか、なんか選挙の前にはね、その財務省にこう、まあ、お伺いを立てて毎年財務省に予算をお願いしますって言わなきゃいけないから物事が進まないから、まあ、5年計画ぐらいで計画するものは5年分の予算をそこで取るようにしないとダメとかね言ってましたけど、そういうまあやりたいことね、だからそれをなんていうんですかね、予算委員会にそういうのをねこう改めましょうって、なんかパトカー止まってるやん、どうなってるこれパトカーが事故ってんのか。前の車に追突したんですね。前の車に追突して故障してもうボンネットぐしゃってなってたから動けない。いやこれ反対方向大変ですね。ちょうどもう東方向通勤の帰り道の人たちの時間帯ですけど大渋滞ですよ。俺さっき通ってきたんですよね、反対側。出くわさなくてよかったけど。
One lawyer told a jury during opening arguments that Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube were akin to the addiction with slot machines, except that on social media, you swipe left or leave a like. This is the first of hundreds of cases against social media companies that will follow. The legal theories are the same. Social media is like big tobacco with algorithms working like nicotine.
Another trial in New Mexico is focusing on whether Meta misrepresented the safety of its platforms when it comes to the dangers of child sexual exploitation. Stacey Lynn reports Cuba is warning airlines it's running out of
Starting Tuesday, major airports won't have fuel, forcing some carriers to add extra stops or cancel flights. Airlines like Air Canada are already adjusting schedules. This comes as U.S. sanctions and pressure heighten Cuba's access to oil and gas. Officials say it could last at least a month.
Air Canada says it will fly empty planes to Cuba to bring back 3,000 customers that it flew there. Military says it boarded a sanctioned oil tanker in the Indian Ocean that is in track from the Caribbean. One tracking site says the tanker departed Venezuela last month after U.S. forces captured Nicolas Maduro. On Wall Street, stocks higher.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 40 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. From the UCLA Live with Israel Studio. It is a
city of LA against the state is very significant. Our special correspondent Steve Graves explains.
Tomorrow, a judge will decide whether complaints filed by the victims against the city of LA and the state have merit. Up until now, the city's blamed the state for the Palisades fire, and the state blames the city. So why did the city wait until now to file its own lawsuit against the state?
The city now acknowledges that our case certainly the state has merit.
Bailey says this brings to 4 the total entities suing the state over the deadly fire last January. The 10,000 fire victims, SoCal Gas, more than 70 insurance companies, now the city of LA. All 4 entities are suing the state of California. What did that tell you, Bob?
Well, bottom line, it says that I don't mean this to sound like a pun, where there's fire, others who previously had viewed our claims with skepticism now are realizing, wait a minute, there's something here. This is a problem for the state. You know, the state, as we've alleged, owned the land where the Palisades fire ignited.
We've reached out to the governor's office for a response. I'm Steve Gregory, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Actress Catherine O'Hara's cause of death has been released today. She passed away due to a pulmonary embolism, with rectal cancer listed as a secondary factor. Now, she died on the morning of January 30th, so not that long ago, in Santa Monica. Her last public appearance, that was back in 2025, September, when she attended the Emmy Awards. O'Hara was nominated for Best Supporting Actress in the show, if you remember, The Studio. Some of you are still watching that now. That show won for Best Comedy Series at the awards. It's about 4 or 5. Let's check the traffic in the Area Auto Center 24-hour traffic center. Hello, Luke Towers.
Hey, Brian, and going to go up to Santa Clarita to start this edition off in the 4 p.m. hour on the 14 North at Hall Avenue. There's a tire and wheel that's rolling around the left lane, and you're backed up from the 5. CSP is running a traffic brake there right now. This is not going to do or your alignment any good if you run into it. Then we're going to go over to Burbank. This is on the 5 North that there's a big rig that's conked out. It has a 55,000-pound load. It's stuck on the gore point. You're slow back to Buena Vista. Looks like they may have at least gotten the tow truck out there or gotten it out of there, because the slowing is all of a sudden just good news. Then in Van Nuys, this is on the 405 North Cross. There was a conked out big rig there that was in the second lane right, and that still has you backed up way up into the Sepulveda Pass. And then I'll go to K-Rail now. There's something else going on here, Brian. This is on the 405 south of Roswell, where we have a previous crash, and that is in the slow lane.
Hi, Lou, thank you.
菜の花がね、だいぶ咲き始めてます。
It might just be over a year away, but preparations already underway for Super Bowl 61, which will be played here at SoFi. Hosting duties officially been handed off for LA. Plus the new Super Bowl logo that was revealed today. Pictured within the L, X, and I is a wave. Blue wave. The color is orange and blue. One person expects it to be applied to the logo and say, "Congrats to the Miami Dolphins." If you look at it, the colors are very Miami Dolphins-like. The game's actually going to be played a little bit later than it usually is. It'll be February 14th next year. Our local teams are hoping to be there. So I
菊の花だったり、菜の花って言ってもあれマスタードフラワーって言うんですけどね、マスタードの
were intentionally killed by humans in the early 1900s. So the last one spotted in Southern California was in the 1920s in San Bernardino County. But now, cats that were reintroduced decades ago are migrating west and south, with a lone young female wolf making it all the way down to Lake State.
So she has traveled nearly the entire extent of the Sierra Nevada Mountains, and she was recorded first at the bottom of the Sierra Nevada last year.
Axel Honeycutt is the coordinator with the California Department of
北側の斜面になるのか
We
な、こっちか
later
ら
were
見た
able
ら
to
ね、
capture her.
南向きの斜面の方は花が咲い
He
てる。
says this is wolf breeding and dispersal season.
Wolves are largely monogamous, so they're, she is a young wolf that has not paired up with a male.
What happened?
Yeah, she's gonna keep looking, and this is what we've seen countless times. Wolves with QTF collars, particularly as they've recolonized the West in the last 30 years. Wolves thousands of miles.
The female lone wolf currently hanging out in the Tehachapi
なんか
Mountains.
だから
I'm Emily
走ってる
Valdez.
右の方が花咲いてます
The
ね。
other residents say they're finally getting relief from some
左側よ
mosquitoes
り
they've
は
been dealing
右
with
側の
for
が
months now.
南
Mayor
向きで
says
そっ
they've
ちの
narrowed
方
it
が
down
暖
to
かいですね。
breeding grounds like standing water at the treatment plant. Our John Baird spoke with them.
You did mention they were looking around the Hyperion plant. turns out that the vector control people think that that's probably the source, and also the situation has improved a lot. Is that true?
Well, I would say that we work very closely with vector control and with Hyperion and with LADWP to check all the areas on the west side of the city, and we did find some very large breeding spots that were at the Hyperion plant, and we think those were sufficiently large that was probably the crux of the problem. Those were drained and treated, and we've seen a reduction in some of the counts of mosquitoes. It takes some time to see what the true effect is because you're going through the breeding life cycle of the mosquitoes. So we're seeing some improvements. We are cautiously optimistic. There are some other spots that have popped up in town lately where mosquitoes who have migrated and bred, we're treating those with but we are cautiously optimistic that the situation is improving.
You know, people are having such a tough time now finding jobs. They're paying recruiters to actually help them. Usually recruiters help companies find talent, but now talent using recruiters to find the companies. We talked with Jason Leverett, who runs the staffing and recruiting agency at work. He said you should be careful using a recruiter to help find jobs, especially if they want money up front.
What does it mean? I'm going to pay you to help me find a job. What does that really mean? Are you going to submit my resume to your customer partner, your client partners? You do that anyways, whether I pay you or not.
Leverett says the best way to land a job these days is develop and use a network, both online and also in person.
So many jobs are filled today, not by this polished resume that gets dropped in with 1,000 other resumes via Indeed or LinkedIn Recruiter or whatever the case may be, because they know somebody or connected with somebody internally, and that relationship has driven the outreach.
Yeah, Leverett says, don't be afraid to reach out to people for help. Not at all. He says people are often willing to do what they can if they can help you. They'll absolutely help you. You're free to reach out. Cal State Long Beach is joining with the California Department of Veterans Affairs to begin a research project on which will look into reducing veteran deaths by suicide. Officials say this is going to focus on data collection and analysis to better understand and address underlying risk factors for suicide. The goal, of course, to produce recommendations for this program, which is already in place for collecting and reporting veteran suicide data in all of California's 58 counties. UC Berkeley is also a big partner on this project. All right, let's know if you're a renter here in LA County or maybe even a landlord having a bit of financial trouble. There is some relief. LA County launches the rent relief program, which has
真っ白。
火がつくエ
ンジンなのか、何でしたっけ、エアのエアブレーク、エアの圧がエアの圧がなくてブレーキがかかりっぱなし状態。
Finding your perfect match just got easier. Discover the Toyota that fits your life during our Match Made Easy sales event. Great offers are waiting at Toyota.com. We make it easy. We don't hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocate is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1704. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1704. That's 800-575-1704. Tax Relief Advocate. Real solutions for real people.
Welcome back to Set Genius, where we meet the minds behind mind-blowing inventions. I'm here with Aaron from California Deluxe Windows. They offer swing to clean windows. Sounds genius. Aaron, enlighten us.
California Deluxe Windows. Swing to clean windows flying open like regular windows and swing open so you can
Clever wordplay. Clean the outside from the inside.
We also custom fit every window and door to your own exact measurement. Our installation technique is so precise safe. We do not break your stucco. Your house can be covered with the feta chips. We won't crack it with what?
Custom fit, no broken stucco, potato chips. Now that's genius.
Buy 5 windows. Get 1 free. Call California Deluxe Window. 800-844-69. 800-844-6900. That's 800-844-6900. Terms and conditions apply. Copy number 774-518.
At XPE, we're powering progress with energy that helps customers save, moves goods, drives opportunities, and makes our community stronger. From the electric grid to by force, to the wheels that move our deliveries, to the people who keep it all moving. From the grid to your shop, to your home, to your ride, we're building systems that power today safely and push the places we live and work forward. Because a more reliable grid means more than electricity. It means cost savings, jobs, clear air, and a brighter sun in
天気
California.
が少し悪くなってきてますね。それが明日、明後日、
$6 is all it takes to go to your happy place.
明後日
We're
で
stacked
す
up
ね。
pancakes with bacon and
明
eggs
日
are
はまだ
just
20 だけど、明後日
every day.
80%。
French toast, sausage and eggs
ちょ
are
っと
you
明後日
get
雨が
$6.
水曜日
And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy place every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
ちょっと雨っ
Available
ぽいで
every
す
day
ね。
for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary, no substitution. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams.
One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your YouTube
で、週末から週明けまた雨が降るんですよね。
Just beautiful.
週末から週明けが雨。
Each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Good afternoon, I'm Brian Douglas. Coming up, you may need a safe word to protect you from AI. We'll tell you why. Explain. And of course, we have an Olympics update. That's on the way. But first, let's check your traffic. Things starting to get
お客さんが日本から来てくれるためが
by Providence Financial.
Yeah, it sure was.
どうしようもない。
Weird traffic day today, that's for sure. And SoCal Toyota dealers, this is IView. I want to thank Ed from Whittier for calling in the KNX traffic tip line, 844 KNX News. He's in Monterey Park at the 10 East cigar. There's a two-car crash working there that's in the right HOV lane and the left main lane. And again, it's a two-vehicle crash that has you backed up to the 10, also affecting the 710 connector to the north 710 connector to the east 10. And your DTLA logbook accident and injury attorneys route that you can trust is Hellman Avenue. That's just to the south of the 10 there. You can get off there at Atlantic or then take that across. I would... You could get back on at Garfield or New Avenue might even be better. Heck, it would be even better if you could get to Del Mar and get back on the freeway there. Then it's a nice drive towards the 605. Then I want to thank DeMarco for calling in from Corona, 844 KNX News. 91 East fast track lanes just after the 15. A major injury crash working there. Two vehicles in this one. And you're backed up to Service Club Drive. And I want to thank Emily Valdez for letting us know. We have been getting calls on this. This is been seeing some smoke on the mountainsides along the 91 between Anaheim Hills and into Corona. Emily talked to the Cleveland National Forest PIO, saying that it's a controlled burn. PIO, this public information officer, saying it's a controlled burn. Boy, there's just a lot of vegetation out there after all those rains, and so they're trying to take care of business early. Concerned about retirement? Anthony Zaccaro of Providence Financial wants to show you how to retire at ease with his bestseller, More Life Than Money. Buy it at BarnesandNoble.com, or you can get a free copy now while supplies last by going to MoreLifeThanMoneyBook.com and typing in KNX. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Urban Auto Center 24-hour traffic center.
So clouds stick with us. I mean, kind of cloudy out there now. They're going to stick with us tomorrow. Temperatures only in the mid to upper 60s, and we do have that chance of rain starting tomorrow night and extending all the way into Wednesday morning. Maybe not a lot, maybe up to an inch. That's about it. The big storm we're watching happen next week. Right now in LA's Miracle Mile,
いやー、ぼ
we've
ちぼ
got
ち
70.
咲いてるかな。
17.
まだちょっと早いかな。
All right, they're on the rise.
あさっての雨が降って、それから来週の頭、雨が降ったら、ぶわーっと花が咲きそうな感じですね。
Come up with a safe word. That's really, really important. A safe word, a phrase that only you and your family know. Then if you get a call, one of those AI calls from a relative needing money, just ask for the word or phrase. If they don't know it, then obviously you know that it's a scam. Gabriel Freilander, founder of cyber safety company Wiser, says using a safe word is not a new idea.
And when I was a kid, stranger danger was a big thing. You know, don't take a candy from a stranger. They will abduct you and so forth. Right? That's what the thing that my parents were scared about. We even had a safety word, like if somebody comes to pick you up from school, they have to know this word.
The experts say another way to tell scam call is if the money request is in the form of cryptocurrency, that should always put up exclamation points there, or gift cards as well. Let's get an update now on the Olympics.
The latest from the Milan Games on CNN.
No U.S. medals won today, but victories in women's hockey and mixed doubles curling. Strong performance in figure skating. A near medal in speed skating. The women's 1,000 meters, and Brittany Bowe, who won bronze 4 years ago, has actually been the world record holder in this event since 2019. Finished fourth in her fourth and final game. Fellow American Erin Jackson finished sixth. She still has the 500 meters. She's the defending champ. Dutch skaters Jutta Leerdam and Femke Kok won gold and silver. That women's how the U.S. gets ready to play arch rival Canada tomorrow. The curling win was a 9-8 upset of Italy, the defending gold medal winners. The U.S. team will play Sweden tomorrow for the gold medal. Figure skating, the American team of Evan Bates and Madison Schott are in second place, and ice skating.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC. ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much. We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month. Then $14.99 per month till canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials. Sponsored Age of Learning. I didn't ask to be thrown in the street with nowhere to go, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this uncomfortable situation, Covenant House is there, providing hot meals, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love.
They just really genuinely just want to help me succeed.
To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
There reports of police activity in the Westlake part of town here, and I mentioned that because 3rd Street is shut down at Whitmer. That's just to the west of Miguel Contreras. If you know this area, it's a mile just west of the 110 freeway. 3rd Street's a busy east-west route, so 3rd shut down for now. You can use Beverly to the north, and you can use 6th Street, of course, to the south. Quick look at your money, 420. Here's Tom Busby. After a failed merger with Albertsons, supermarket giant Kroger, the owner of Harris Teeter, Ralph's, Mariano's, Food for Less, and many other supermarket chains, has brought in a new CEO, Greg Barron, the one-time CEO of Walmart and Air New Zealand, to turn things around. Kroger shares up nearly 4% today. Elsewhere on Wall Street, rally in the tech sector sent stocks higher. The Dow added 20, enough to notch a fresh record high. The Nasdaq up 207. That's a nearly 1% jump. The S&P up 33. The Trump administration cutting off Venezuelan oil to Cuba, now threatening other countries with new tariffs if they bring oil there. Cuba says airlines can no longer refuel there. Already Air Canada suspending all flights in and out. And the YouTube star known as Mr. Beast, whose more than $5 billion empire includes a hamburger chain, a chocolate brand, and the upcoming wireless phone service Beast Mobile, has acquired a financial services company, Step, that caters to young people. Injured Workers Hotline Money Desk on JNX News, 97.1 FM.
East LA, so there's going to be traffic.
3時過ぎたら東方向への渋滞が
When that fourth cut for the 1 freeway without traffic has traffic. I don't get it. Anyone shed some light on this traffic situation? That's what you call us at 844-CAN-NEWS and tell us where you're stuck. And then we'll tell you why.
You guys saved me. Thank you, KNX.
Brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change. KNX.
KNX. Back to doing
Are you struggling with back seats? Hi, it's Mike from the Good Feet School. I'd like you to hear what Kelsey, a kinesiologist, has to say about how your feet can affect your entire body.
When the foot's placed in the ideal position, everything else up the kinetic chain works better. You have better balance, more energy, you're going to feel better. Being able to move freely means everything to me. And
マクドナルドエビサイズ
is that they work all for us. But
So did you even know you
Mini
have four
size
arches in each foot?
$1.99.
Most people don't, and most shoes and inserts only support one of your foot joints. Learn how good feet arch supports can support all four of your arches.
アイスコー
We
ヒ
want to
ー
help you walk, run,
1.99 ミニ
exercise,
サイ
and
ズ
play in comfort this year. We have 11 area locations. Find the one closest to you at goodfeet.com. Mike Simpson here. Are you ready to sell your house, but you're tired of waiting for the real estate market to improve? Wondering if maybe the spring is going to be any better, or if it's just time to move and sell now? It's a lot to think about, so call Wedgwood Homes and talk over your options with them. Do you have a house that needs a lot of repairs, or do you want to downsize, relocate, sell an inverted property? Maybe you just need some cash quickly. Wedgwood Homes offers a fast, reliable, all-cash offer. They buy the homes as is, no repairs, no commissions, no hassle. You can close in as little as 3 days or on your timeline. So don't stress of the traditional listing. Avoid competing with new inventory and picky buyers as you wait and wait and wait. Get your cash offer without the offers are firm, no strings attached, no last-minute drops like some of the other all-cash buyers.
ちょっとガソリンの値段がね高くなってるんですよね。だいぶ下がってたんですけどね。まあ上がり始めてた。
What is up? This is Evan Lovett with your LA in a minute here for KNX News 97.1 FM. And you know that the world's first taco truck was right here in Los Angeles? That's right. In the late 1800s, Mexican Somali wagons were some of the first to capitalize on the hungry LA population. Their horse-drawn wagons provided convenient, affordable meals to the growing working class. In 1901, there were already more than 100 of these tableros in downtown LA. So the popularity of the Somali wagon faded, but the demand for Mexican street food did not. But it wasn't until 1974 that motorized taco trucks would rumble their way onto Los Angeles streets. Enter Raul Martinez, who would head to MacArthur Park to watch soccer matches and grill up some of his famous carne asada and make his own tacos. Soon, people were asking if he'd sell some, and he had the idea to buy an ice cream truck and turn it into, well, a taco truck. He parked the taco truck in front of East LA and made $70 and then doubled that the next night. Within 6 months, the first King Taco was born, and taco trucks have been a defining feature of the food landscape in Los Angeles and throughout the world ever since. All right, LA, it's been a minute. For more, check out my podcast, In a Minute with Evan Lovett, on your Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you follow LA in a Minute on Instagram and TikTok. I'm Evan Lovett for KNX News 97.1 FM.
Let's get to traffic. 425 this hour's traffic brought to us by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water.
All right, we're going to start off in Woodland Hills, and this is a big one. Or a doozy, as we call it in the traffic business. This is on the 101 eastbound at Topanga Canyon Boulevard. This is a car that slammed into the center divider K-rail, and it's on its side, and it's blocking the two left lanes. There are injuries, and now CHP has just put up on their board that only the second lane from the right is open. That's the number 3 lane there. So the number 1 and number 2, the two left lanes and the right lane are blocked there. The LAFD is going to be on the scene there as well for this injured party. And again, you are backed up all the way to Las Virgenes. This is your SoCal dealer case tonight view. So just beware of that as you're coming down the hill. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Water different? They always bottle their Alpine water in spring water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes from the 5s from the Irvine Auto Center, 24 hours.
長い貨物列車。昔はね、ここ踏切だったところの時は、もう本当フリーウェイから降りてきた車が大混雑して、この辺り結構踏切いっぱいあったんですけどね、昔はね。だいぶ減りました。
Into the latter part of this week, 427.
Dealing with water damage, call Public Adjuster Abner Gap, 818-917-50.
こんな長いのが通ったらどうしようもないです。
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells how much I depend on that policy.
そこの一角にドバッと振ってるみたいな感じですけど、郊外この辺り全域がチャイナタウンっていうか、まあ、中国系の人がめっちゃいっぱい住んでるところです。レストランとかいっぱいあるんですよ。
still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or
Chinese restaurant だらけ
COVID-19.
で
Ask your doctor or
ありとあら
pharmacist
ゆ
which
るチャイ
vaccines
ニーズ
you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If tonight your lie is asleep or perhaps not in the jungle at all, there is a roaring solution. ED or lack of bedroom performance is a common condition. ED often results from having poor blood flow due to age, stress, or medical conditions. Boston Medical Group's simple and effective solution is ICP, also known as ED shots. It's custom formulated for you to restore healthy blood flow where it's needed most. Achieve full and lasting erectile response in just a few minutes. Our telemedicine brings virtually 100% effective solution to your doorstep. You can restore your raw with confidence. Our Valentine's special. New patients receive 10 free extra doses of ICP when signing up to the program. Call 800-896-3100. 800-896-2100. That's 800-896-3100. Or visit bostonmedicalgroup.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high
見
demand.
事に観光通りです
So
けど
when a
ね、こ
multi
の
office
辺りお
HVAC
客さんい
turns
ない
out to be a failing blower motor,
例の
he
方まで
doesn't
戻ら
break
な
a
い
sweat.
と
With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this.
ドジャースの
I don't got this.
シングルゲームチケットが今週からいよいよ発売です。明日から発売。明日まずシーズンチケット持ってる人用に明日発売。その次の日はマスターカード持ってる人。明日が火曜日でしょ。明後日がマスターで一般の発売が木曜日かな。今年は結構バブルヘッドいろんな人のバブルヘッド配りますね。バブルヘッドほとんどなんかプロモーションほとんどバブルヘッドみたいな感じ。大谷さんのバブルヘッドも3回あるのかな全部ね。
Captured gold in the women's downhill, but Lindsey Vonn suffered that devastating leg injury. Who is there in Italy covering the games?
What a great win for her. She had never won a World Cup race, let alone an Olympic medal, and that was the first medal the U.S. won in any field. Big day for her, and you know, obviously a rough one for Lindsey Vonn.
She had surgery to stabilize the fracture of her leg at a hospital in Italy. She was there, lifted helicopter. I mean, it's really the only way they could get up there and get to her
あとは
quickly.
パーカーがもらえる日、3月30日がパーカーがもらえる日なんですけどね、行けないんですよね。お客さんのお供で違うとこ行かないといけないから、その日だけ、そのパーカーだけは欲しかったんですけど。
An appearance during Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show, at least to an explosion of business at Venus Tacos in Highland Park. Pete Demetrio went there to check it out and hopefully get some of those tacos.
Just after opening, 75 plus customers were standing in line, and as fast as they went into order, more people filled in the back of the line. Denise and Lucas Vidari, mother and son, were first-timers who saw the taco stand as part of Bad Bunny's halftime show and came here and appreciated the shout-out and to sample the food.
I was going to look at the whole menu, see what they have.
Of course, you have to ask the question. Multiple tacos.
Yes, multiple tacos today. Like 5, 6, I don't know, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. In Highland Park, I'm Pete Demetrio, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Yeah, 6 tacos seems about right. Well, there's new video from Today's Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. The search for her missing mother continues. Guthrie says her family is now at an hour of desperation, and she insists they still believe 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie is alive.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt, because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers. and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this
1ガロン
darkest
3ドル
The video
85
comes
セン
just
トで
hours
すね。
before ransom deadline set by the alleged abductors. So far, no proof of life. Police say it's still unclear whether that ransom demand, which I believe is expired, is real or just yet another scam. LA-based private investigator Nils Gray Valley has been following the case. He tells us if this really is a kidnapping for ransom, it's the most staggering case of its kind since the Patty Hearst kidnapping in the mid-70s. Revelius says you have to be very, very skilled to pull something like this off today, especially with modern investigation techniques like cell phone triangulation.
I am inclined to believe at this point, because Pima County Sheriff and the FBI have searched the residence of a relative of Nancy Guthrie, that they're going in the other direction, that it is a homicide which was either mistaken to be a kidnapping or a homicide where somebody staged it to look like a kidnapping to cover their tracks.
Pima County Sheriff says publicly no suspects in this case so far. Revelius says that doesn't mean anything because the sheriff may not want to tip anybody off with information that they might know. U.S. Justice Department opened the redacted Jeffrey Epstein files to review by members of Congress today after several lawmakers expressed concern that some names have been removed from the publicly released records. I can see the Epstein Files Transparency Act passed overwhelmingly by Congress back in November. It forced the Justice Department to release all of the documents in its possession related to Jeffrey Epstein. Nicole Killian with the latest.
It's a very delicate process. There are only about 4 computers in this room that lawmakers are allowed into, according to Raskin. So there is limited space for these members to be able to view these documents, although they do have access to go as often as they need to pour through these documents.
4:35. Let's check in with Lou in the Irvine Auto Center 24-hour traffic center. Hey, Lou, I had a buddy of mine. He texted me. I guess he's on the 405. Oh, I know he is. He's heading into the valley, saying it's a mess. And I said, I don't know what's going on.
It is a total mess. We can now. It is, it's yucky. That's an official term there. But first, I want to go to Woodland Hills. We had a big crash there as well. This is coming down the hill. It's Topanga Canyon Boulevard on the eastbound side of the 101, where this car hit the center divider wall. The number 3 lane, that's the second lane from the right, is open, so that leaves the two left lanes and the right lane open, or closed, I should say. So only that one lane to squeeze by, and you're backed up all the way to Las Virgenes. Now let's get over to the 405. We're going to come down the hill. I want to thank Hans for calling in the KNX traffic tip line, 844 KNX News. And this is on 405 north at Skirball, Mulholland. And this is a large utility truck and an SUV, and everything's over on the right shoulder. And this was all in the back, guys. So this is
よいしょ。ふう。さあ LA まで走りましょう。
Are you worried about going without a paycheck? We hear some workers are crossing the line.
I am worried, but I feel it's necessary, so I'm willing to make some sacrifices to get the contract we think we deserve.
Kaiser officials, though, contend that people are crossing the picket lines, that some employees, up to 35% of some of the striking locations, have crossed the picket lines to return to work. They also believe the strike is disruptive and unnecessary. They need to get back to the bargaining table and try to get this resolved. In West LA, I'm John Beard, KNX News 97.1 FM.
So now the country of Cuba is warning airlines that it is literally running out of jet fuel, and it could run out of jet fuel tomorrow. Stacey Lynn has more.
President Trump threatened to slap tariffs on any nation sending fuel to Cuba, effectively cutting off the island's supply. That means planes won't be able to refuel in Cuba and
Back with Lou, we'll check your traffic here. Hopefully you got plenty of fuel to get you wherever you're going, whether it's home or maybe even to work at this hour. I got some pretty bad spots out there too. We'll get to that traffic report 4 minutes from now, 4:41.
Have you been injured at work? I'm attorney Nir Azaroff, a former insurance defense lawyer who now fights for injured workers. I've recovered up to $7 million in just one case. Call 877-977-PAID, 877-977-PAID. Azaroff Law, former insurance defense, now serving your side.
If you wear glasses, it's like renting your vision. Just like renting a house, you pay and pay. It's never yours. The same goes for eyeglasses and contact lenses. Replacements, visits to the optometrist, and maintenance. You could spend $20,000 over your lifetime, but LASIK at Laser Eye Center allows you to pay a fraction of that cost. And now with our New Year's sales event, you can take advantage of a 50% discount. If you call within the next hour, you can get custom modern LASIK $59 a month per eye with zero down, zero interest. Call now to schedule your free no-obligation consultation. 800-515-6565. You can even return to work the next day. Make it a new you this new year. Appointments fill up fast for LASIK, cataracts, and dry eyes. Our clinics are conveniently open on Saturdays. We have zero down, zero interest financing, no language barriers, and we're always available to answer your questions with no obligation. We don't want to share your information. Take advantage of the New Year's sales event. Call now. 800-515-6565. That's 800-515-6565.
If you're a house painter, you're not going to like what I have to say, but homeowners everywhere need to hear it. Hi, I'm Steve, creator of Deluxe Life Coat. Sick of shelling out big bucks to have your house painted only for it to fade in a few years? That's why I developed Deluxe Life Coat, a permanent solution to repainting. It's 20 times thicker, so it makes traditional house paint look like watercolors. After one application of Deluxe Life Coat, you'll probably never have to see us again, because it's guaranteed to last as long as you own your home. Deluxe Life Coat saves you thousands in maintenance costs and can even reduce your energy bill. Plus, we have the best lifetime warranty in the industry that covers flaking, peeling, and yes, even cracking. What paint can say that?
Call now to get 20% off your order. No interest for 2 years. Call 800-914-2800. 800-914-2800. That's 800-914-2800. Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 105-255.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Why you should try Recruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. It's a needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.
Good afternoon, I'm Brian Douglas. Coming up, what is your love language? Do you have one? You might. We'll explore the different languages of love. That's by the way, we'll check out some things across SoCal. But first, let's get to your traffic. As I can tell you right now, it ain't fun out there on the freeway. Things are getting pretty rough. Your report brought to us Yamava Resort Casino San Manuel.
Yeah, it's on pizza day. You're going to make people late for that. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, let's go. One of our SoCal Toyota dealers instant eye view is from Dom and Derek. I want to thank them for calling in on the KNX traffic tip line 7844 KNX News. And this is from Brian. Where the 57 South at Yorba Linda Boulevard, there's a two-vehicle crash. One of them is on the roof, the SUV is on its roof. Two left lanes are blocked, and you're backed up right now back Lambert Road. The northbound 57 is heavy from the 57 all the way into Diamond Bar, and right around Grand Avenue, it's the congestion release is there. They want to thank another tipster for checking in on the traffic tip line from coming down from Calabasas. Mess there as well. Only one lane is open, Francis, at the 101 eastbound at Topanga Canyon Boulevard. CSP is running a traffic break. They're only going to open up the number 3 lane, which is the second lane from the right. So the 2 left lanes and the right lane are blocked right now. Let's just look at their chalkboard, see what they're saying. Yep, that's still the case there. This is for a car that slammed really hard into the center divider wall. So there's lots of debris to clean up as well. They may be opening up some lanes because I am seeing some relief back at Virginus, where the slowing begins in earnest. And then there's a crash on the eastbound side of the 101 at Las Virgenes, so just be careful out there. We got to get the pizza. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel welcomes country superstars The Chicks to Yamava Theater Friday, June 12th. Get tickets at the casino box office or YamavaTheater.com. See The Chicks performing live June 12th at Yamava Theater. Must be 21 to enter. Only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes and 5 from the Irvine Auto Center 24-hour traffic center.
There is a temperature slide starting tomorrow, and the first measurable rainfall in downtown Los Angeles in more than a month will likely begin Tuesday evening and Tuesday night. Today, we're still mild despite the cloud cover increasing. Many of us will hit a high of 80 degrees or warmer yet again. Rain will likely hold off until the evening, and once it arrives, it could be a steady rain for a couple hours. With your next weather forecast, I'm CBS LA meteorologist Paul Deanna. KNX News 97.1 FM 73 on LA's Miracle Mile.
Valentine's Day. That's coming up this weekend. Don't forget, guys and gals. We find ourselves covering a lot of grim news here at KNX. Politics, gas destruction, but we're kind of tough on the exterior, but love bugs inside. Welcome to KNX Love Week. Sabina Moore kicks it off with our Cupid-inspired week with a look at languages.
I've had my son for about 15 years, and I love her since I first bought her that red chocolate chip cone. I have loved her even when I've hated her. Only married couples will understand that.
You could give in a specific love language and feel love, so receive in a different love language. But then it's also so critical to know what those are for your partner so that you can love each other in a way that actually lands.
That was Lauren Salon. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi there, I'm Lauren Salon, and I'm the host of the Amplified podcast.
Taking a closer look at the 5 different love languages, starting with acts of service.
Okay, so acts of service, this is doing helpful things that is going to make your partner's life feel better. And so this can be something like, with my boyfriend, a few things that he does so many acts of service, that's like his main giving love language, which I'm very grateful for because that's my main receiving one. When I go get my big water jugs filled up, him helping me carry those into the house.
What about receiving gifts?
Gift can be just like a simple, thoughtful token of appreciation, right? Or just showing that you care in some way. So that can be surprise flowers. You could find a flower while you're out outside somewhere and pick a little flower, and that could be a gift, right? And when it comes to quality time, guided attention and presence. So have your phone away. Don't be multitasking on your laptop, getting work done, or sitting and watching TV. When it is really present and when you're giving that undivided attention, you don't need as much of it. There's also words of affirmation. I love giving words of affirmation. So with that, yes, it can be verbal appreciation and encouragement, like a compliment or acknowledgement.
I don't know what today is.
It's the day after the Super Bowl, which means no more football. So depressing for a lot of us, but we'll get through it. Traffic crashes by Crystal Cutter out Pine Spring Walk. We'll get through it.
Well, wanted to talk about, this is another weird one. It's just a weird day. And we have a fatality going on. This is on the southbound side of the 110 carpool lane connector to the west 105. You know, that's a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride trying to figure out where you want to go when you go on the express lanes. But there's a double fatality inside of a black car. It's not blocking lanes. LA Sheriff's Department Traffic Bureau is there. Just got off the phone with Officer Hernandez from the CHP office, who said there are no plans to block any lanes because it's just their tow truck is going to come on scene and take everything away. So we'll just keep an eye on that for you. I am seeing some slowing right now, right around 108. That's right where the connector to the 105 is in the southbound 110. So just know that it's there, a lot of activity, but I don't see any slowing there. That's about the only place I don't see slowing here. It's on the 101 East at Topanga Canyon Boulevard. Only one lane open right now coming down the hill from Calabasas for a bad crash there. What makes the Crystal Geyser Alpine water different? They always run it out behind the spring water because about a mile and a half from the springs, and their bottles are made of 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plant. Crystal Geyser, bottle at the spring source. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes of the bias from the Irvine Auto Center 24-hour traffic center.
Welcome back to that genius mind behind mind-blowing invention. I'm here with Aaron from California Deluxe Windows. They offer swing to clean windows. Sounds genius! Aaron, enlighten us.
California Deluxe Windows. Swing to clean windows. Fly open like regular windows. And swing open so you can clean outside to inside.
Clever wordplay. Clean outside from the inside.
We also custom fit every window and door to your home's exact measure. Our installation technique is so precise. We do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with the feet. We won't crack one.
Custom fit, no broken stucco. Call Payco Tips. Now that's genius.
Buy 5 windows. Get 1 free. Call California Deluxe Windows. 843-1400. 800-843-1400. That's 800-843-1400. Terms and conditions apply.
At XDE, we're powering progress with energy that helps customers save, moves goods, drives opportunities, and their community stronger. From the electric grid to electrified force, to the wheels that move our deliveries, to people who keep it all moving. From the grid to your shop, to your home, to your ride. We're building systems that power today safely and push the places we live and work forward. Because a more reliable grid means more than electricity. It means cost savings, jobs, cleaner air, and a brighter Southern California. Visit XDE.com/powering progress. Funded by shareholders. I was ordering food for the office from the same few places for too long.
For workplaces suffering with office food fatigue, every day is a struggle.
Before starting Easy Cater, I assumed having no good vegan options for Carl in finance was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat OFF with a huge variety of favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Use daily. One platform lets you save time and shine. Ask your app store about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
You're still moving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it. But your immune system is weak and vegetate. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Southern California's news.
City of LA joins fire victims trying to hold the state accountable for the Palisades fire. Federal judge blocks California's law requiring people to take off their masks. Catherine O'Hara's cause of death is revealed, so is this year's LA Super Bowl logo.
All ahead.
News on the Hour, your home for original.
Savannah Guthrie made another appeal to the public today for help in finding her missing mother. She did not mention a ransom or a deadline. CBS's Jonathan Bigliotti reports.
Savannah Guthrie posted a new video, this time reaching out to the public for help finding her 84-year-old mom, Nancy.
If you see anything, hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation. And we need your help.
The message follows one from Saturday when the family said they were ready to pay.
Some lawmakers went to a secure Justice Department location today to have a look at unredacted Epstein files. Lawmakers like Democrat Jamie Raskin wanted more clarity on some of the names that were redacted.
There are puzzling, inexplicable redactions, and so we need some explanations from the Department of Justice about what their process was.
On Capitol Hill, former Epstein confidant Ghislaine Maxwell appeared in a video call before the House Oversight Committee, but refused to answer their questions.
My habeas petition is pending in the I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
The Department of Homeland Security is facing a shutdown this weekend if Democrats and Republicans can't reach an agreement on ICE reform. White House has sent a counter-proposal to Democrats' demands. CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez reports new data shows less than 14% of ICE arrests involve violent criminal behavior.
For example, only 2% of the 400,000 people in the past year by ICE have had convictions or charges related to homicide or sexual assault. Less than 2% had been identified as gang members participating in gangs like Venezuela and others across Latin America.
Cuba warned airlines today a fuel shortage will prevent refueling on the island. A plane crash in Greensville, Georgia, produced some frightening moments for the pilots on liveact.net.
Careful traffic. This is Vanessa 229. Take a ticket. We're not going to make it. Please tell my wife, Molly, I love her. And my parents. I love them so much.
They did make it. The plane crashed on a main road, hitting 3 cars. 2 people were injured, none seriously. There was a brazen heist today where a heavily armed gang attempted to ambush an armored truck while posing as police. They blew open the truck while also in a firefight with police. No one was injured. 2 suspects were arrested. On Wall Street today, stocks higher. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS News on the go on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
さあというところでございまして、ダウンタウンまで戻ってきました。はい。1時間何分だろう。1時間半ぐらい。
The city of LA is now joining victims in a way in a lawsuit over the Palisades fire, trying to hold the state liable.
はい、あともう今5時、あともうちょろっと、もうちょい、
because tomorrow, February the 10th, the court is going to be ruling on some motions that were filed by the city and state to ask the court to find that the plaintiff's lawsuit
毎日配信、多分朝のご挨拶ライブの命令、ナンバー1532、第1532回目、今日は2月の9日、月曜日の朝のご挨拶でしょ。
The city really believed that the plaintiff's claims lacked merit and would be dismissed tomorrow. Why would they have days before filed this process? Bailey also noted the city's lawsuit now makes 4 entities suing the state over the 70 insurance companies and now the city of LA. We've reached out to the governor's office for reaction. I'm Steve Gregory, KNX News 97.1 FM.
A federal judge has blocked the new California law that says federal agents can't wear masks. The judge said that's because the law treats federal officers differently from state and local ones. Not because she agrees with the Trump administration's argument that ICE agents need masks for boxing and harassment. Judge Christina Snyder, who was appointed by President Clinton based in LA, would not block the other new law in California requiring all law enforcement to display their name or badge number while on duty. Governor Newsom called that a clear for the rule of law. 505 is time to go to the Irvine Auto Center Traffic Center. Loose hours have the update.
And it's a mess out there. That's official. That's the official word. And we're going to start off in Brea.
Hi,
This is on the side of the 57 at Imperial Highway. And looking